What it do, what it do. This is the Brothers on Books podcast where we find great books that will give you real value and actionable steps and have fun in the process. Please reach out to us at brothersonbooks@gmail.com for any book recommendations or if you'd like to be a guest host for a particular book you have in mind. A great review or rating on whichever platform you're listening to this would be greatly appreciated. If you can think of any friend, family member, or coworker that might like this episode, please pass it along. For the original episodes, the OGs, please visit brothersonbooks.com. And our favorite cuddle up drink for that great book you're reading is Enter Matcha. See below for 20% off your matcha needs. Yeah, I stole that from you.
Yeah, you did.
So I am Jack
Uh,
Allweil, and with me, as always, is my brother Alex Allweil. Al, welcome.
how you doing, Jack?
Pretty good, you know. It's always fun talking books with you. And when this book releases, the University of Michigan football team might be national champions.
Oh, that's true. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun talking some very low key smack to everyone around me because I, of course, live in Alabama.
Very nice.
The other thing I don't think we've mentioned on the podcast is that I recently signed a paddle contract with a
That's right.
pickleball company with Grip Pickleball, the
You're
best
you're
paddles.
you're a pro now, Al.
I
You're
don't know if I'd
actually a
s-
pro.
I don't know if I'd say I'm a pro, but I am by definition now a sponsored player. Uh,
I
which
mean, you could barter those paddles for something, Al.
Well, I have to use them.
What do you mean you have to use them all?
Well, no, but I need like backup ones in case they break.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it was definitely a long journey, and I feel happy that I finally feel like I got some of the recognition that I feel like my play warranted.
Cool.
So
Very cool.
I guess with that said, Jack, what are we doing today?
So today we have the book draft. I actually don't even know what season this is anymore.
This
That's how many
is
episodes we've done.
this is season 8.
Wow. Season 8.
Uh, the book draft, I believe, will be the player of games, I believe, will be
91.
episode 91.
Yep.
So I think this will be,
92.
I think we'll be
So we'll hit
very
100.
close by the end of the year
We,
for sure.
uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, it's
Well, we'll hit,
exciting.
we'll hit 100 on this season.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Very cool.
that's a big milestone in the podcasting world.
True. Most podcasts don't make it past number
I think
10.
10, right?
So come a long way. Not sure how much
You,
better we've gotten,
I,
but we're
I
gonna
was
have
about to
fun.
say, do you feel like we've gotten better?
I mean, if you go back and listen to that Richest Man in Babylon, we didn't even have a game plan for our intro. So yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you've learned a lot.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Maybe I don't know, maybe for episode 100, instead of doing a book review, we should have like 100 episodes in review where we just talk about everything that we've done and we've learned.
That might be fun.
Uh, yeah, I guess we can just see how it goes.
We will
Could
see.
also it could also give us a little bit of some breathing space if both of us picked books with a large page count.
I could only see you doing that, Al.
Of course, I'm the only one that ever does that. All right, so I guess to start with, we now have I believe this will be her fifth time.
I think that's right.
The five-time returner, the goat of the Brothers on Books podcast guest appearance. Godmother Sharon coming back
Woo!
for the episode releasing on February 4th for the book that she picked called On Tyranny, 20 Lessons from the 20th Century.
So that's the 90. So that'll be the 93rd episode.
That was by
Okay.
Timothy Snyder. And that is thankfully, I think, 125 pages.
Cool.
So what was your first pick, Jack?
So I'm not sure if my poker face was good because I also picked a 400-page book, and we're going back to
Can I
Mr.
guess?
Yes, you
Can I
can.
guess? Can I guess? I'm guessing you did a Robert Greene book.
Dang, I did.
I'm guessing you did the book The Art of War.
I did not. I picked 48 Laws of Power.
Oh, okay, okay. Laws of Power, Robert Greene, and that's 400 pages.
Yeah, we'll call it 400.
I should still have the copy somewhere in my room. I hope I can find it. Uh, so for my first pick, I picked I don't even really know how I come across some of these books, but I was just perusing on the Amazon and I saw this title and I thought it sounded interesting and it's called Why Empires Fail.
Okay. I
Or
think
sorry,
I
not
think
fail. Why Empires
fall.
Fall. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this book at a lot of airports. It seems more popular in Europe actually, because I definitely have seen this book.
I think I wanted, I took you into account when I picked this because ever since we did Guns, Germs, and Steel, the next book in that series is called Collapse, and it was 600 pages and it's about essentially the collapse of society. But I
Okay.
thought Jack would never want to read a 600-page book, so I have never picked it. So when I when I saw this, I thought this was a good compromise.
There you go.
Um,
Okay. That is a good compromise. So you ready for my next pick?
yeah.
So my next pick by many traders is considered the Bible of trading psychology. And trading psychology helps you do well, I think, in any type of endeavor. So I have picked Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas.
And how many pages is that?
It is, we'll call it, we'll call it 200.
200. Okay. So then for the March 31st episode, we are also going to have another special guest. This is
Woo!
not that Godmother Sharon is not a special guest, but this is an actual author that reached out to us. And this is for his young adult fantasy novel called Bright Star that is coming out in the middle of April. And it's by Jared McLeod. I don't know the amount of pages, but Jared will be on us to discuss not only the book, but what caused him to write the book and somewhat of his philosophy behind it. So that should be pretty interesting as well. Uh, so my next pick after that, I'm going, I too am going back to a previous author that we have recently done. Jack, do you want to guess who I'm picking again?
I would guess, another author. I could guess Thomas Sowell um, or Aaron Clarey.
Okay. So I saw Aaron Clary actually just came out with the book A World Without Men,
Yep.
and I was on the verge of picking it, but I did not. So I actually went with The Sad Truth About Happiness.
Who's that
Uh,
by?
it's by God Saad.
Ah, okay.
This was actually uh the the
Wait, does he
original.
does he actually spell it like sod truth?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
So he's putting his name in the title,
yeah. He's not egotistical.
huh?
And that's 250 pages.
Okay. So that is, wait, let's see here. So that's episode 98. So is it my pick?
Yeah.
Okay, so my last pick in this season's book draft is by New York Times bestselling author a great storyteller, Michael Lewis. The book is Going Infinite. This is about Sam Bankman-Fried.
Oh my God, I nearly picked that too.
There you go. The Rise and Fall of the New Tycoon. It reminded me of the book Billion Dollar Whale, which was about Jolo. I haven't read this, but when I read the Jolo book, which is about the sovereign wealth fund of Malaysia, and he embezzled and tricked people into giving him money. So I was thinking this will probably be similar, and a good read. Probably reads like a fiction book.
Okay, how many pages is that?
That book is, we're gonna say 250.
Okay, so that will be episode 99.
Yep.
So for the 100th episode, I think we should do a 100th episode recap,
Okay. I like that.
or maybe a celebration. Maybe we could drink some champagne on Zoom together and
Okay.
recap all the fun times.
Okay.
Uh, so then for my last pick, you're pretty business savvy. You have a lot of these little businesses. I've sort of started to, I guess, technically create some of my businesses. So I picked the book called The Personal MBA.
Oh, I've read
Uh,
that. Cool.
you've already read it.
I have. It's a good
Okay.
book. It's a
Then
good book.
then you should not be upset about the page count then.
I actually read that in Nashville, believe it or not. I was
Really?
on the lawn of the Parthenon replica. What it is at Centennial Park? I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you were visiting me one of those times. I
Yeah,
mean, you must have been
I
visiting me.
think it was, I don't know, it might have been after I was like either in between jobs or I had just gotten let go in like 20, what was that, 16? Yeah, one of those times. But yeah, I've personal MBA. I've fond memories of reading that book.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I guess Jack, what do you think going into almost our 100th episode? Uh, how do you
Mm,
feel? Do you feel like you've learned a lot?
I
Feel like you've
absolutely.
feel like
I
you've
actually
grown?
I feel like I put a lot into I've been doing the pliability stuff every day.
Yeah, me
From
too.
the Tom Brady. I mean, I do pliability to warm up, do my exercises, whether it's like the Bosu ball or resistance bands and or swim. And then I'll normally sit in the sauna and do the pliability after.
Yeah,
And yeah, I feel like I think about a lot of our books on the daily. So
yeah, that's good.
yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, same with the pliability. I definitely do the pliability on my arms every day, just because he specifically mentioned tennis elbow in that book, and I feel like I've
Yep.
had definitely some pain in my elbow, so I do that every day. I mean, yeah, I think of a lot of the books. I mean, I still use my X3 every day.
That's good. I'm just looking at some of our books here. I mean, Chaos Kings, I bought insurance for our stock portfolio, so that was kind of in line with the message in Chaos Kings or Black Swan. Um, yeah, I think of a lot of these books.
Yeah, good.
Cool. And I'm looking forward to another fun season.
So,
Um, yeah, I think like I don't know. Did you read any books on your own this last couple weeks since we had a little bit of a like not a
I
break,
started,
but
well, when I was with you, I bought that book on options trading. So I started reading that.
cool.
And then, as weird as this sounds, I've had this one of my, well, I guess she's technically my friend too, but I know her because I'm good friends with her husband, but I've just over the years also become friends with her. She has recommended all these ridiculous, like essentially fantasy novels to me.
Okay.
And I started listening to one of them essentially yesterday. I'm about halfway through it. And it's
Okay.
about dragons and like more or less like teenage girl angst. And it's been a wild ride. I
Wild,
don't,
wild.
uh, but I did start, I mean, the other thing I've been listening to right now is, I know you've listened to Hardcore History,
Yeah, love it.
and right, I'm about halfway through his, like, I guess, series Supernova or Superpower in the East, whatever that series on Japan is.
Uh-huh.
And that is just, yeah, it's an incredible story. I definitely recommend everyone listening to that.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like right before we read Player of Games, I read the Fiat Standard by Saifedean Amos, same guy that wrote the Bitcoin Standard. And then here I got it right here. And then I read this book, Win with Your Money, which is by Corey Arnold. She's a woman that I interviewed twice in my YouTube channel. So that book was pretty good too. I'd recommend that.
Okay.
She talks about how you could just be, like average person and still be a millionaire. So
You know,
pretty.
I saw some incredible statistic about like people in the NBA that were like millionaires, people in the NFL that were like millionaires, and then like
Mhm.
people that got into real estate that were millionaires. And the percentage of people that were like in real estate that were millionaires was astronomically high. And it didn't give like a good definition of for like what they were counting. Like if you just own a single house, does that mean you're in real estate? But
Mhm.
it claimed 90%. So I don't think just owning a single house puts you in that. I think maybe if you there must have been some threshold, some definition from a methodology standpoint, but it wasn't given.
Mhm.
Uh, but either way, pretty impressive.
Yeah, real estate's the way to go. Real estate.
I agree.
Or yeah, it's the playbook in this fiat society we have.
Or still, you know, I guess my personal favorite and my hopes and dreams is just marrying into it.
Okay.
Uh,
Trust fund biddy, as they say.
that's fun, Biddy. It's the dream.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see how that works. I hope you well on that, Al.
I appreciate that, Jack.
Okay. Okay. Well, anything else before we close it out?
I think that's probably all I got.
I don't
Just
know
start.
what from so the sad truth about happiness. What do you have any idea what that's about?
It's 8 rules for like how to live a happy and fulfilling lifestyle.
And why would those be sad then?
I think
I'm
what
just
he's saying is that people
it,
don't follow them, so most people aren't happy,
okay. Interesting.
which I think I would agree. I think that
Did
is true.
didn't Jordan Peterson write a book kind of like that?
Uh, I think his book was like the 12
12.
rules,
Okay. That's probably what I'm
well,
thinking of.
12 rules for something, and then he wrote this other book called Maps of Meaning.
Okay.
I've tried to read one of his books, and I found it very hard. Uh,
Peterson's books?
whatever one I tried to read, I couldn't get through it.
Interesting.
I found it difficult.
I still haven't read any of his books, so that's interesting to hear, but I like listening to him, so but
Right, but I mean, you can
yes.
imagine like
Right.
his
Yeah.
vocabulary
Yeah, yeah.
is somewhat is
Annoyingly large.
right. So it could be very difficult to read if you're not, you know, on that level.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm excited. The personal MBA, I think I might have to like buy again because I don't know if I still have that upstairs. We'll see. Um, and then Why Empires Fall, it will be interesting. Um, Because I think a lot of people are thinking, why has the US not fallen yet? So that'll be interesting to say what or hear what that says. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know. What do you think of the books I picked?
well, I've read the 48 Laws of Power. I obviously like, I mean, I speak very highly of Robert Greene. I feel like I made that pretty abundantly clear. And 48 Laws of Power was the first book I read of his. So
Oh,
uh, it was good enough that it got me to read all of his other books. So I obviously liked
cool.
it. Uh, I'm interested in trading in the zone. Uh, Sounds pretty good. And then, like I said, as you picked it, Going Infinite was something I had saw and I thought about selecting as well.
Yeah.
So I think
And
overall it's a solid we had a solid draft.
yeah, I
You know,
agree.
if I was giving us, the after draft grade, I think I'd give us a solid A.
I think that's right.
But on the same note, I feel like I would always give us an A the day after.
I would
There,
always give myself an A. Your book sometimes, I don't know, Al.
fair enough. I've had some stinkers in there. I'm not too big to admit it. I've definitely had some strikes with some of my selections.
You want to take us out or should I take us out?
I'm gonna let you take us out.
Okay, with that, please reach out to us at brothersonbooks@gmail.com for any book recommendations, or if you'd like to be a guest host for a particular book you have in mind. A great review or rating on whichever platform you're listening to this would be greatly appreciated. If you can think of any friend, family member, or coworker that might like this episode, please pass it along. For the original episodes, the OGs, please visit brothersonbooks.com. I'm Jack Allwell, and with me, as always, is my brother Alex Allwell. Al, until next time.
Till next time.